Hey collective, let's do a reading for the whole of October. My favorite season is here, spooky season has arrived, and I'm excited to see what it looks like for us. So, spirits, guides, angels, my gods, my goddesses, the celestial beings helping us onto our highest timelines and to find our highest purpose. Can we please have a reading for the month of October for our beautiful collective, please? What does the first week of October look like for us, please, Spirit? Actually, they're telling you. Okay, what does the overall energy for October look like? We've got a 9 of Cups. Why the 9 of Cups, please, Spirit? Two of Swords. Can I get one more, please? Or two. The Moon. Queen of Cups. How beautiful. This is gorgeous. This is such trusting energy and a surrender. So it looks like the month of October, like this is literally the month where the veil is thin and we can feel our loved ones, we can feel spirit more than we ever can. It is the easiest time for us to communicate with those who have passed and use our 6 senses or 7 senses, however many you think you have, to communicate with a higher power. And to have so many cards here, like look, the only card that has their eyes open is the 9 of Cups. The rest of them, 2 of Swords, she's blinded. Queen of Cups, eyes are closed. The Moon card, the Moon card once again, eyes closed as she surrenders to the water. Surrenders to the water. Surrenders to spirit. Allows spirit to help her see what she cannot see for herself. And that's what this feels like. This is, at the moment, we are having we've had so many shifts happening that has helped us let go and release and transmute so many energies. We've had all these eclipses. We've had a lot of retrogrades over the last few months. I think we're heading into another one soon. And there's a huge shift happening on the 29th, 30th of October. Go look it up if you feel called to. There is something that's going to happen with the Earth's frequency that's very interesting. You may want to be preparing for. So go look that up if you feel drawn to, because I feel like it's going to be huge for all of us. We have been preparing for a long time to upgrade, and we know that there's something much bigger than ourselves that we're preparing for. And this feels like it is a world, like, collective upgrade that's happening. If you are a part of my collective, you've probably had a lot of ringing in your ears over the last month, a lot of changes happening to your clairaudience, and I don't feel like that's a coincidence to the energies, the shifts that are happening with the Earth's frequency. If you feel like you are very tapped in that way, you're going to feel this. And this feels like it's very not coincidental. This is meant to be. This is destiny. And in this, we're learning to surrender to the universe's plan, the Divine Mother's plan. And I think she has a pretty big plan for us all on planet Earth. And the way that we do this is, this 9 of Cups is really giving somebody who's done their shadow work, somebody who's very proud of everything that's happened to them, their emotions are a part of their strength. Every one of these cups shows something that has happened to this individual through their life that may have been quite difficult, but they're now a part of their pride. They're a trophy in their trophy room, rather than something that is shameful or holding them back. Their shadows are now a part of their light. Their shadows are being integrated, and there's so much pride in this card. And because of that, because there's like now all of this energy being unblocked from when our vessel's filled with clouded energy from all of the healing that we are yet to do, it's hard for us to communicate with spirit to our full extent. The more that we do this shadow work, the more that we release these energies and transmute these energies and alchemize these energies, the clearer, it's like our body is a highway of energies, and they can be fully clogged up and full of traffic jams and pollution and just fog. And then when we do this healing, it's like we're slowly releasing any of these troubles out of us. That's where Reiki comes in very handy, and breath work and shadow work and inner child healing, all of these things. Just taking accountability is the first step you can do as well. But healing all of these things and releasing all these things and transmuting all these things creates clear highways for energy to run through. And then there's not so much noise. There's not so many hurdles holding us back from connecting in with spirit, connecting in with the Divine Mother. So this also feels like a huge time for feminine energy. This feels like it's like the rise of the feminine witches right now. And it's really beautiful. It's like so many of us are healing that witch wound, that sister wound in our family line and in our friendship circles by showing up for each other, being trustworthy, being each other's team players. There's no competition, there's no cattiness and bitchiness, and if there is, we withdraw ourselves from those sorts of circles. When you can feel that people are truly cheering you on and are happy for you when you speak about your wins, it's where you can really notice the change in the people that you now have around you compared to what you had before. All of this is creating clearer channels, and the way that you have learned how to surrender all the people that I'm speaking to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But the people that I am speaking to have been very, very strong, and you have learned how to surrender to this plan in ways that have humbled your ass. Because of the ways that spirit has humbled you, that life has humbled you at many different stages, you have learned that you just have to surrender and let go. And whatever is to come for you, whatever is to leave, whatever comes back in, is what's meant to be. And we can't force things. We have to allow them to be, absorb the information needed, enjoy the experiences, and just learn about ourselves, connect in with ourselves. There's such a gorgeous energy here for this month. I'm really excited about this. This feels like we have been preparing for a long, long time for this, and now we're getting to see this in action. You may really feel a lot of your feminine ancestors, and it doesn't matter if you're a male, are they, them, you will be feeling a lot of the feminine line trying to connect in with you this month. Not to say the males aren't there, but this is huge feminine energy. What does the first week look like? We got a 2 of Wands. Can I get another one? Justice and 4 of Cups. So So the first week looks like there may be some decisions that need to be made around how to balance things in your life. Like me right now, I have had to let go of the structure and routine that I had put in place for myself when it came to YouTube. I'm very proud of myself for showing up like I did in such a routine. That's not like me. I'm very spontaneous being a Pisces, but also seeing that balance of, how do I put this? Who I am is somebody who allows things to flow for me easily, and I follow that flow. And when things don't flow for me, I let them go until they flow back to me again. And that's what I feel like I'm doing here. I'm taking up space in, oh, this is part of my collective reading I did the other day. I didn't even realize that. I'm taking up a space in something that made me feel a bit uncomfortable, 11:11 as I say that, because I felt like I was trying to force this, like, myself to show up in a way that works for other people, but it doesn't really work for me. My gifts work as I'm called to use them, not in this structured routine. Yes, I can do that, but it just doesn't feel as natural and authentic to me. And that's what this feels like. Looking around at your life and going, what isn't flowing for me? What am I trying to force myself to be like, rather than just being who I am and finding the creative ways to make that work for me? That's going to bring that balance back in, where it's like, I'm still doing what I want to do, but instead of doing it in a way that, I've been putting pressure on myself to do it like everybody else, I'm going to do it in a way that works naturally to me. And this could have been something that you've really had to think about for some time, and find some stability in your emotions around it. It's also like, it's like a feeling of trying to be palatable to others has to go, and just knowing that if people aren't able to digest you in the way that you come across, that is exactly how things are meant to be. It's that surrendering once again to the divine plan of, this is naturally who I am. If an algorithm or people don't agree with it, that's okay, because I'm forcing myself to be any other way to be palatable to others is not going to allow that gorgeous divine feminine flow of creativity to come out of you in the way that it's meant to. Things might be quiet at first, but you'll eventually, through that authenticity, you will vibrate at the highest frequency that you can vibrate at, and you will beam a beautiful bright light out there that will call in more of the people who truly do fuck with you. Alright, Spirit, what does the second week of October look like, please? Death card. Okay, so we're doing some more releasing. Could we, like, how much more releasing can we do? Like, honestly, Spirit, what is the death card, please? What else do we have to put an end to? This feels like that energy is going to continue in to that second week with the Ace of Wands in reverse, showing that beautiful, creative, passionate flow, still learning how to tap in and let go of that deep programming that has made us believe that we have to be a certain way, that things have to happen a certain way in order to be successful. What works for others doesn't work for all. What works for you as an individual? Let's stop looking around at everybody else and comparing whether or not we're good enough at what we do, or how we're meant to show up for ourselves because that's how that person is, and just find that gorgeous divine flow within us and listen to our bodies, checking in with our bodies. What do you want? What do you need? And just seeing what comes to you as as time goes on. Every time I do readings for people or healings for people, they are adjusted to that person's energy, that person's needs. Whereas when I first started out, I was trying to do readings a certain way, and yes, that can work, but once again, I work best when I allow that beautiful flow and trust that flow rather than adding too much structure into it. And this seems to be a repeated message for our collective, to let go of that programming. This is this feels like the in-depth version of the reading I posted just the other day. You can go back and watch that one too if you feel drawn. Can I get one more? Okay, we get two. Knight of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. There's a release here also happening, a letting go of disappointment that could be around men. Doesn't have to be, this could be around just partners in general, and family who didn't show up for you. There's an empowering release I feel in this energy. It feels like work that we've been doing during this eclipse season. There's something that's going to come around. There's an epiphany that's going to happen. Someone's going to say something. You're going to see something. And there's going to be like, oh, shit, I get it now even more than I did before because this has just clicked to me. The world is a mirror of the healing we need to do in ourselves. And that can be very confusing because you can still look around and go, okay, well, I'm not confident. So why am I getting... what does that mirror look like for me, really? And the way you think it's going to look isn't going to look how you think it is. So you have to sometimes use these epiphany moments to be like, oh, shit, now I see it. So look at what are the relationships that have popped up in your life? What are the problems in it? How can that actually reflect the healing that you need to do? So that's what this kind of feels like in the second week of October. Epiphanies happening around something that you may have been trying to work on for the last few months, and it's going to help you click to you, allow you to release and put an end to it, and move that energy into something that could be positive to you. What is the third week of October looking like, Spirit? We've got a Three of Wands. I love how we've gone from a Two of Wands to the Death card to a Three of Wands. It's like a decision brings an ending to a way of life that we were programmed to be, and now we're back into this creative mode with the Three of Wands, looking at the future. What do we want in it? What do we want it to feel like? We got Hermit in reverse. Now we got Knight of Swords. One more. It just feels right. Chariot. Yep. Okay. Third month of October is going to pick the fuck up. You're probably going to be a lot more social than you have been throughout the rest of the month. Things are about to go, and I love how we've gone from Knight of Cups in reverse to Knight of Swords in the upright position, and this feels like, you know, the release of emotions of kind of being ready to go into a battle, maybe in partnerships, and realizing that maybe you're doing that to yourself. You're attracting in relationships that are a battle because maybe you believe that you aren't worthy of something that isn't. Maybe there's some deep embedded programming there in you, or traumas that are still yet to be opened up about how much you are calling in that energy, because there's parts of you that truly don't actually believe that you deserve better than what you've had. are too scared to believe it. So it's like these epiphanies are going to help you realize, hey, I need to really work on that. I need to watch my words. My words are magic. And then moving into the third week with this new creative energy of socializing again and getting ready to go to work in the brain space, go to work in how we think, because we've done so much with how we feel, and we've learned how to surrender. We've learned how to use these emotions for our intelligence. We're always learning, but and there could be a lot of celebrations happening around that third week of October. This feels like the work coming back around to a point where, like, look what I did. Look where I've come. Because I did this for myself, I've come this far. I'm just gonna move some shit around because I don't have enough room. What does the fourth week of October look like, please, Spirit? Six of Swords. This has been coming up so much in people's readings right now. This is like a celebration of the mind space. We're moving forward, or like I just said, we're ready to go into battle, into the mind space, and reprogram the way we're thinking with all of this energy that we have and lessons we have required over the last few months. And I know that we've probably done a lot of this work, but it's like, time is a spiral. We're coming back around, we're trying again with the new information that we have, the new wisdom that we have, the new versions of us that we are. And with this, we are taking what we have acquired, what is actually going to work for us, and we are moving away from these energies. I feel like shuffling this one again. It's 2, 2, 2. 2. 4 twos. Magician in reverse. Yes. Learning that our words are magic, and even more than we did before, and so is other people's. There's also an energy here of learning new depths of protection for ourselves energetically, and the people that we work with, and our family members. I know a lot of holistic workers and practitioners and things watch me. The more you move up, like they say, different levels, different devils. This is like, my experience with this is, the more I move through the spiritual communities, the more I realize how many people in this industry are actually manipulating people, that are actually taking people's energies, and they have this beautiful persona on the outside, but they're actually coming from a place of ego. And you see people, they could have done, I don't even know how many medicine circles they could have been doing this and being in this world, in this spiritual world, for a very long time, and they will still be just as toxic as some people who are just beginning. And it's sad and it's scary, but we have to continue to trust the spirit of doing what they need to do, and we just protect ourselves. We don't need to go on like witch hunts, so to speak. I don't like that word, but that's what came to me. With people that are fucking with other people's energy, you protect your own. You let spirit know. You clock it. You see it, and there is a purpose for everybody. There truly is. Just because one person does something one way and another person does something another, doesn't mean that anybody's wrong. And that is a lesson that I definitely got to learn this year, watching some people judge the way that I do things, and the way that I think, and the way my energy is, and me looking at them going, wow, what the fuck are you doing? Look at yourself, not me. And realizing, like, immediately having spirit be like, no, there's a purpose. There is a reason why that person does what they need to do, because people need it in that. That's digestible to those people, and your people need it in the way that you deliver it, because that's the way that you show up, and that's the way they need it. That's how it's going to actually hit for them. And for that person, that's how it hits for those people. There is different types of people everywhere. So there's going to be different types of spiritual healers and practitioners. But it also, you do have to learn new ways and constantly change the way that you protect yourself and the way that you show up for yourself, the way that you do your cleansings and you channel in and things like that. There is new different ways that you're going to constantly be upgraded to. So open your mind with that. And like I said, it isn't your responsibility to go and put justice in with these people. Just leave it up to spirit. There is a divine plan for everybody. Just remove yourself from energies if you feel that they are extremely toxic. Let's have a look, Spirit. What else we got? We got the Fool and 7 of Swords. This is proof to me that trusting that divine plan of let people do what they need to do what you need to do, is going to start a whole new beginning for you. There's a whole new level of trust with this. And the way that our world is going, there's a big shift happening in the fact that if you don't show up for yourself and you don't practice what you preach in the spiritual world, you will be chewed up and spit the fuck out, so that you do learn to practice what you preach. The gods and the goddesses, the angels, they want legitimate workers. And if you're going to show up and just take the happy parts, and I'm not just talking to our collective, really. Our collective does show up for themselves. But I'm talking about the people that you may be interacting with. And you may be witnessing some people have to eat their own words. Because there's a lot of judgment with people who don't practice what they preach. Coming down. And this is just to show you, this isn't to ha anybody, this is to show you that you continue to do that work, to continue to go in, continue to surrender to the divine plan, because like I said, there's many spiritual practitioners that are watching me, and you don't have to be one. You could be a healer in your own right. Being a nurse is a healer. Being a hairdresser in a way is a healer. Fuck, being a sex worker is a healer. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. But like I said, we're not watching what we say for an algorithm anymore. We're being ourselves. And when you look around and you trust that everybody has to be on their own path, doing their own thing, and we don't have to intervene with shit, because that's what the gods are for. Your focus is going to go somewhere new. Not like you were fully focused on that before, but there's something new happening here. In the end of October, I feel like there's a huge upgrade that's happening with your connection to divine, connection to spirit. You may find a lot more of your clairs are switched on, especially around that 29th, 30th mark. Like I said, go and check that out. It's quite amazing. And yeah, I feel a little bit bitchy, and I'm going to try not to, because it is what it is, and I try to be as honest as I can. And just because I point out that there are these sorts of things out there doesn't mean I'm being nasty. I've got to remind myself of that. So maybe that's also a message for you guys. We have to learn how to protect ourselves, and we've got to learn how to mind our business also, because we are lovers, we are empaths, and we feel that urgency to protect others that we see that are vulnerable. But there's also a reason why spirit have connected this person to that person, and it's none of our fucking business. Just stay focused on you. Trust. Talk to your spirit team about it if you need to, but trust that they're doing what they need to do, and you're doing what you need to do. But if you are being led to stick up for someone, to protect someone, all those things, of course, trust that too. All right, let's look at. Let's just grab a spirit animal card. got possum. Oh, kookaburra and magpie, but possum's on top, so I'm going to take possum. That was really hard not to take the kookaburra, but it legit has to fall out where it falls out properly. I'm not making any sense anymore, am I? I just got my feelings hurt. I have a special connection to kookaburras, so I've been waiting for that one to drop for me. The possum. This is around the trickster energy, peace, strategy, protection of the vulnerable. Ooh! Curiosity, support, children, the inner child. Possum asks you to be mindful of people or situations that aren't for your highest good. Oh my goodness. Be true to yourself and consider whether it's time to walk away from a relationship or situation. Possum protects the vulnerable, especially children, so take heed of this message. Be discerning when it comes to who you welcome into your life, as you are also bringing them into the lives of your friends and family. Possum also represents adventure. Turn your eye to the horizon, but explore all of the ins and outs before engaging in a new endeavor. Call in possum energy for help understanding the aspect of the situation to which you may have been blind. These gentle and, oh my god, this is so funny. These gentle and passive souls will also help you be assertive when it's time to make a stand. Possum encourages you to look into volunteering. You will meet like-minded people, gain valuable soulful experiences, and your time, energy, and skills will be appreciated. Call on the possum energy for help understanding a challenging situation, when you need help to be assertive, when you need protection, and to read between the lines. The advice for this card is to be discerning. The chakra is the base chakra and the throat chakra. The colors are red and blue. And the mantra is, I speak and know my truth with ease and confidence. Wow. I was feeling really bad for going there with some of these negative energies, and I feel like I was calling people out, which I don't think that these are people that are part of our collective, but it still feels catty. So I'm glad I ignored that and continued down that path and said what I needed to say. And like I said, trust that there is a purpose for them, but withdraw your energy. If you feel like you need to protect somebody and it isn't coming from a hero nerve where you're trying to, feed your own ego, I guess, with trying to save people, that's not what we want. If you feel like spirit are leading you to help someone away from some of these maybe egoic, dangerous energies, then so be it. Otherwise, withdraw your energy and just protect your energy. Learn new ways of doing so. Also, if you need any help with that, I do psychic development classes. I also do shadow work sessions, Reiki healings, personal readings, like private readings, inner child healings. I work with couples, children, whatever you're looking for, I can probably help you out. That's why you would have been led to me. Anyway, collective, thank you so much for joining me for this beautiful reading for the month of October. I would love for you to leave in the comment section how this reading found you, claim this energy, and I will see you when it flows. I love you. Bye.